Hello everyone, my name is Cindy and I am the president of the Bioinformatics and Computational Biology Students Union. We're all really excited to have you here today at our fall campus event presentation, and we hope you're excited to learn more about the Bioinformatics and Computational Biology program here at the University of Toronto. So just to introduce ourselves a little bit, we are presenting to you today as the Bioinformatics and Computational Biology Students Union, as well as Professor Provart, and we represent all of the students in the BCB program or who are taking a BCB course, or anyone that is just at the U of T and interested in bioinformatics. So throughout the year, we host events such as grad student talks and socials so that students get a chance to be exposed to relevant research and get to know each other. And that's just sort of our role on campus. Like I said before, my name is Cindy and I am this year's president. I'm a third-year bioinformatics and computational biology specialist, and I'm doing a math minor as well. Just a little bit of background. To work in Dr. Alan Davidson's lab, and I'm currently working in Dr. Kieran Campbell's lab. And I like cats, reading, running, coffee, data, but I also hate running. And favorite courses I've taken at U of T include Math 224, which is linear algebra, Bio 230, cell and molecular biology, and CSC 236, which is Introduction to Computational Theory. And next, I'll have Casey introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Casey. I'm a fourth-year student in BCB. Over the past year, I was working in the Benjamin Hayes-Keynes lab for computational biology. Some of my likes include Java, TikTok, and Among Us. And my favorite BCB course would have to be CSC 207, which is Intro to Software Design, and you learn Java through that, and you do a little Java project. And you guys can ask me about any BCB 330 questions. And I'll pass it to Annie.
Hi everyone, my name is Annie Liu. I am the social director of the BCBSU. I'm currently a third year in bioinformatics and I am a CS major. For research, I'm currently at Mount Sinai under Dr. Jordan Lerner Ellis and at UHN under Dr. Zhongwei Chao. I like Python, Innis College, which is one of the 7 colleges of U of T, ramen. I dislike R, strongly so. My favorite CSC course is CSC 236, which is Introduction to Theory of Computation, CSC 148, which is Introduction to Computer Science, and my favorite pastime is studying Spanish. And I will pass it on to Kara.
Hi everyone, I'm a third-year bioinformatics student, minoring in statistics and immunology. I'm the advanced director for the BCBSU, and I worked in Dr. Kate Lee's lab on automated image analysis in the summer, and I'm currently doing my research project with Dr. Sridhar Tripathi on neuroinformatics at CAMH. I like coffee, biking, YouTube. I do not like exams, which is kind of good this year. Favorite course is Stats 247, which is probability with computer applications, and also CSC 108, which is Introduction to Computer Programming.
Hi everyone, I am Nicholas Provart. I'm the director of the BCB program, and I am also currently the chair. I became the chair of the Cell and Systems Biology Department in July during a very interesting time. My research interests are bioinformatics, computational biology, genetics and genomics, molecular biology, plant biology, and systems biology. And I run a wet lab, both a wet lab and a computational lab. And I'm passing off to Annie Liu now, who will explain the, now I'm going to talk a little bit about what bioinformatics is. Right. And that is a very good question. It's an intersection of many different fields, so computer science, chemistry, biochemistry, biology, statistics, mathematics, engineering, primarily between computer science and biology, but it encompasses all of those different fields. And you've all heard of the Human Genome Project, where basically we can sequence the 3 billion letters that encompass the human genome. How do we make sense of all of those letters? We can't do it by hand. We need to use computers to understand these kinds of genome data sets that are being generated right now. And if you flip to the next slide, you'll see all sorts of different data sets that we can generate. So transcriptomic data, genomic data, and we're using computers to try and glean inferences, create understanding about a given biological system to better support wet lab researchers, but also in order to gain new insights into these biological systems. And so that's really, it's a bit about big data, using computational tools to understand the big data and create models about biological systems. And yeah, so that's the field of bioinformatics in a nutshell. Thank you. Now I'm passing it off to Annie Liu.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to discuss a bit about the academics of BCB and academics at U of T. So U of T is a little bit different in terms of our programs. So most schools would have like a major or a minor, and you'd be expected to at least have a major. At U of T, we have 3 sort of academic units. So just for context, you need 20 credits at U of T to graduate. So a specialist encompasses around like anywhere from 12 to 16 credits. A double major, or sorry, a major would encompass around 7 to 9, and a minor would encompass around 4 to 5. And you're expected to at least have one of these 3 combinations minimum to graduate, but you're free to like add more onto these combinations. So for example, you can do like a specialist major, just like I'm doing, or a double major and a minor, etc. Can we go to the next slide, please? So BCB is a specialist program. That means it takes at least 12 credits, so 12.5 credits in total to complete this program, and that's about 25 classes. The coursework is a mixture of biology, math, CS, statistic courses, so you're getting a big plethora of different fields. Since it's so intersectional and you get a little bit taste of everything, a lot of students also choose to pair it with another major or minor to add a little bit more depth to your university education. So for example, a lot of people also do a CSB major with their BCB specialists. So at U of T, in order to apply for the BCB specialist program, you have to apply through Acorn, which is our student portal, and it depends, your admission to this program depends on your grades in Bio 130 and like the best out of the 3 following courses. Or another way you can get into BCB is by using your mark in Bio 230 and CSC 236. So a little bit more about the coursework for BCB. You take a lot of the foundational CS life sci courses. So just a reminder, or I'm not sure if you guys have were able to like learn how to like understand this like layout, but essentially what this means is the slashes mean or, so you can take Math 135 and Math 136, or just take Math 137. And any program or any course that's in a parentheses separated by a comma means you have to take both of these courses to satisfy a requirement. So you don't have to take this whole, you don't have to take CSC 108, CSC 148, and CSC 1110, or sorry, 110. It's either you take CSC 108 and 148 or CSC 110. And yeah, so this gives you a really good foundational background and some CS and life sci course material. Next slide, please. And in your upper years, you start to get more advanced in your coursework in both the CS part and the like life sci part. As you can see, you're expected to take some courses in statistics, algorithm design, genetics, more biology, and once you get into your 3rd and 4th years, you'll be able to take courses specifically in bioinformatics. In addition to the general coursework, we in the BCB program, we're also required to have 2 year-long projects in BCB. So that's BCB 330 and BCB 430, and that serves as a really good research opportunity for a lot of our students. Okay, so a little bit on the application process for the BCB specialist program. It is done on Acorn, which is the student portal that you'll use for your entire career at U of T, and you use it for tuition payments, course enrollment, etc. And this in the year 2020, these were the first and second enrollment periods. Keep in mind that this was for 2020, and in the future, when you guys are in U of T, the dates will probably change a little bit. So please refer to the Faculty of Arts and Science calendar for that. Typically, there are 2 enrollment periods. So the one that occurs in the end of the second semester, so March, April, and another one that occurs in the summer for students who decide to complete some prerequisites in the summer. And I think that's all I have to say about the academics, so I'm going to hand it off to Kara to talk about research opportunities.
Thank you, Annie. So it is very good to get research opportunities as a life science student because it provides you with critical thinking and collaboration skills, which are very, very important, I think, in all types of careers. The BCB program is a great way to get research opportunities because there are 2 program requirements, BCB 330 and BCB 430. So these are year-long individual research project courses, and they each count towards 1 FCE, which means 1 credit at U of T. You need to find your own supervisor for the course, and this is typically done through cold emailing. How it works is that the BCB program provides a list of supervisors that have agreed to take BCB 330 or 430 students on their website. So on the website, it includes the supervisor's research interest, email, and a link to their lab website. This way, you can find the labs you're interested in, provide a general email template, and start sending your emails. And this process of looking for supervisors might sound a bit tedious, I know, but it actually helps you develop professional communication skills and also actually explore what areas of interest, what areas of research you're interested in. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah, so these are some of the projects that are done by some of the BCB students. They include machine learning modeling of single-cell RNA sequencing pipelines, genomic analysis of COVID-19 patients, consistency of in vitro drug sensitivity measures in large pharmacogenomic studies, connecting brain cell types, gene expression, and genotypes in normal aging and neurological disorders. So the last one is actually about my current BCB 330 research project. I'm currently doing the project with Dr. Sridhar Tripathi at the Crambley Center for Neuroinformatics at CampMage. My project is about investigating RNA binding protein functions and disease mechanisms through data analysis. So I want to talk about how I found my supervisor and got connected. I started emailing in January or February this year for my project that I'm currently doing starting September. And I basically just wrote like a general email template, and I chose like a list of supervisors that I'm interested in, and I tailored my email template towards each supervisor, because when you send them emails, you want them to feel like you actually care about what they're doing, because that's the work of their life, right? So I did that, and I actually emailed about 10-ish, 20 professors, and then got some replies. Some did not reply to me, but eventually I connected with my current supervisor. And also, one cool thing about my project, I think, is that I connected my supervisor in the summer to my current supervisor. So the supervisor I worked with during the summer is she has a wet lab, and the current one is a bioinformatics dry lab. And they are both neuroscience labs, and that's how they got connected together. So I think BCB 330, even though it's a course, it is a very, very cool opportunity to, connect these labs and also just, you can actually work on the interest, the research that you're interested in, which is very, very cool. And also the supervisors are actually very, very nice, even though, you're a student in their lab, and they have these other responsibilities that they need to take care of. But my supervisors, they care a lot about the students, and I think that is very, very amazing. Yes, can we go to the next slide, please? So with a BCB program degree, you can actually explore a lot of career opportunities with the degree, and this includes med school. Of course, you can still go to med school with a BCB program, and it actually prepares you really well because it's a very comprehensive studying, I would say, because you learn computer science, you also learn biology, statistics, and then you also do research opportunities, which all combine to be like a great opportunity to prepare you for med school. And also you can go into research, you can, do your PhD and maybe start your own lab if you're interested in that area. And you can go to biotech companies, and you can also even do CS jobs such as software engineering, and any related CS type careers. And if you're interested in statistics, you can go into biostatistics, etc. There's just a lot of options because BCB really prepares you well for all these types of opportunities.